Okay, come with me to the garden. This update, there is my first potatoes. Again, this is all work in progress, always, you guys, seriously. So, potatoes are in there and they're actually doing fantastic. I wanted to trial that just to show you can grow potatoes in boxes and they're actually doing just fine. This is the wheelbarrow that's apparently decor. Again, so we are still working on this. So, carrots look fantastic. Kohlrabi, there is a mole in here, as you can see. Oh my gosh. Seriously, this just makes me so mad. Um, so that's the kohlrabi. Now, I did harvest a bunch actually yesterday. I think I pulled 6. So you can see those empty spaces. They were huge. Those are all doing fantastic, which is amazing. If you haven't tried a kohlrabi, you should because they're so good. Okay, so here we have tomatoes, onions in here. Tomatoes are looking fair, I think. This is my squash. Is this butternut? I think, yeah, my butternut squash. I kind of moved it to the side there. That looks fabulous. There's actually squash on several squash so far. Okay, so we're gonna go back this way. Pumpkins are doing amazing. There are pumpkins, as you can see, there is one right there, and there's several in here actually. So pumpkins are doing great. Okay, this looks great. I need to pull that lettuce for the chickens. I already pulled some lettuce here. The kale looks great. This down here is muskmelon. I don't know if I'll get anything off that, honestly. My rhubarb and then my dill here. My floral box, I forget what these are called. Okay, so those are the flowers. There's another kohlrabi there. That one I will probably pick in the next couple days. Again, a random tomato here just to check to see how things do in the box. Dill and then tomatoes. They're getting pretty tall here. I actually got 6 tomatoes, I think, today. Raspberries look great. Gotten a lot of raspberries. This is all potatoes, you guys. Potatoes you literally plant when they die. That's when you harvest. So I just leave this alone. It's got a watering system in there. It's fine. Now my cucumbers. This side, don't ever spray them with copper. I killed them, and then the rabbits have killed the rest. Yeah, so heat, water, and spray. Don't you spray. Keep your copper off your cucumbers. Now, to be fair, I've gotten several on these. I was just hoping they would do better, but I killed them. And then the bunnies got in here, and all my peas in the last week were up as high as that one is right here. But the bunny came down and I couldn't figure out why they were dying, but had chewed all the ends of it as my kale. This is newly chewed again today. So there is bunnies in here. There is a mole in here. I don't think, my husband said he doesn't think the mole is eating the kale or the peas, but I don't know. I don't know nothing. So anyway, just don't spray your cucumbers. I've gotten still several on these ones on the end because this one's okay. I've gotten a bunch of beans. These are my green beans on the end. They're doing amazing. My peas, I still have some left that the bunny didn't get and kill. There's a tomato. The kale, we've been using this for, again, for the chickens and then salads. Now, the new addition this week was the shade. Now, if you guys saw my videos, a lot of my stuff bolted. So they need more shade. So with the heat, we've had 90 degrees in the last couple of weeks, which is pretty abnormal for us. So I decided we needed to do this. Now, this isn't exactly the way I would like it, but it is what it is. So the chickens have gotten a lot of salad because it bolted and it gets pretty acidic. I don't love the taste. I see something was in here again. Now, this is all new lettuce I planted yesterday. And then I planted that. Look at that beautiful row of lettuce coming up. Again, there's a mole in there because I can see it pushed up that. There is lettuce here. Look at how pretty those are. And there's that purple lettuce, whatever it's called. I'm never going to do those heads of lettuce again. I'm just not a fan. And my kids don't generally eat those. And I'm not a fan. There is hot peppers here that I'm actually going to pick now. And remember when I replanted my radishes a couple weeks ago? I think my last video was 2 weeks ago. Look at how beautiful they're doing. I'm going to pull some radishes for lunch today. So yeah, that is the new addition, is this shade. Again, I would like it to be like a little different, but this is my husband's fix with this. I'm not a fan, but whatever. Okay, zucchini. I've gotten one so far. The other one died. So I am trellising up the zucchini up those poles. That is more cantaloupe there. Radishes in here. This is okra, which I don't know how it will do because it should be bigger than that, I think, by this point. But this is okra in the front here. Broccoli, I actually harvested those all this week. They were ready to go. Now, as you can see, you don't know about broccoli, which I've been learning. See all the new little sprouts here? There's one here, there's one right there. So all of them have new growth. So you will get more broccoli. So don't, oh, it's right there. It's right there. I'm so excited. This is the first time I've done broccoli and it's been a success. And look at my green peppers. I'm going to pull those today. There's actually a good size one there. There's a good size one right there. And look at how big that one is. Yay! I love green peppers. My strawberries, there was a mole. He's making me very angry in here. So, strawberries do well because they will run. So there's a bunch of runners here. So eventually next year I will fix that. And we're trying to get that darn mole. Okay, so here again, this side, look at this huge hot pepper. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at this. Awesome sauce. I'm going to pick this green pepper. Oh, you guys, nothing better. I do use this. So if these are ready before my tomatoes, then I will freeze these until my spaghetti sauce is ready to be made. I actually took off the last weekend of August through Labor Day because that's when I harvest. I went back and looked at all my photos. So I took off because it is literally like all day, every day for like 6-7 days. So I'll figure and that's working full time. So I figure if I took off for 2 days before the weekend and then 2 days after, I will get all of my quarts of spaghetti sauce and diced tomatoes done. So that's the garden. I really do try to get as much as I can. We are going to put another bed here and one over there. Pumpkins next year, I think we're going to do differently. I don't know. I'm worried about the deer getting them. So it may stay here. Otherwise, I'll move it maybe over here and just have them kind of overtake that. Now this is out because this is what my husband was working on when it was 90 degrees yesterday, bless his heart. So there's more dirt here because he needs to do some filling. And then he needs to cut all the blue out, obviously. He did put the blue plastic down because I do like to get it wet for the dogs. So as you can see, I did spray it down for them today because we were sitting down here it's like 91 degrees today. Like, I don't know if it's hotter than that with actual humidity and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't keep them out here too long, but we were out here about an hour. But I had ordered this table that's new and I ordered an extra chair. Part of me is like, I wanted the red brick because I like the color when it's wet. I'm so funny. But I wish I would have gotten like a different color chairs, but I'm not rebuying those. I mean, they were good price, like 115 each. And I could put those up in the front yard, but I really don't want to. Okay, so then here he's going to add, this whole panel is going to be that trellis because it offers a little shade for the dogs this way. So he is going to go buy a full panel. We were just testing it out to see what we thought. And this side I'm going to leave open because I want the breeze, obviously, so I'm not going to cover that side. I have some old paneling. My sister, well, it's not paneling. It's old tin ceilings from an old church, like gorgeous, gorgeous tin. I thought about putting that up there, but then I would take away my breeze. We thought about putting it up the side, but it'd take away my breeze. So this is just, unless I find another alternative. My husband built this pergola with leftover wood we had. So it's really nothing fancy, but it suits what I need it to suit. When I'm down here weeding, I need to have a space to cool down. So those are butterfly. I transplanted these from up in my front yard. A friend of mine gave me those after Andrew passed, and they're butterfly, like they get purple flowers, like as you can see here. So those are there. I want to put some peonies over here eventually. And then these eventually we're going to do these for next year because with all the moving, I didn't get a chance to plant all my herbs, but those are supposed to be for herbs. I'm actually think I'm going to buy the red system. It's expensive from like one of the garden places, but it's like 6 tall and it's sturdier. I think I'm going to just invest in one of those. So there's my shed. And then I think I showed you, he did all of this edging with the brick, old brick. And then that there for my hostas, and then my hose is a mess, and then those are all my watering systems, and that's my tractor, and my husband is mowing with his tractor. So there is your update. I think I'm doing okay. I'm going to give the kohlrabi a little boost of water here. They were watered this morning, but they're looking a little dry with this heat. My tomatoes, I do not overwater. They get watered once in the morning for like 3 minutes and once in the evening for about 5 minutes. Or is it 5 and 3, whatever. And so they've been doing better with our watering system, which was new this year. I'm really overall very pleased. I'm just hoping and praying that my tomatoes continue to produce. They look good, but you all know that blight and fungus can just overtake them and kill them so quickly. What we learned though, if you see this random so this is going to move next year. I think that's why we just did this net shade temporarily. Do you see how gorgeous this tomato looks? I've barely done any trimming, and it's got beautiful tomatoes. There's a little bit of, I don't know if that's fungus on the bottom, whatever, but it's looking gorgeous. I've gotten several tomatoes from that, and it's on this side. So what we decided is the tomatoes are actually going to go next year. I'm only going to do 2 beds, I think. And well, no, actually I'll use half of this bed. Tomatoes are going to go there, this bed and this bed. These 2 beds will be moved over there. And we're going to see if that helps, because I don't know if it's the shade. I don't know if it's the sun. I'm not exactly sure why. Every year we put them there, but me putting that random one here is just, I wonder if there's something going on that I need to move them over here. That's another reason my husband was like, I don't want to put up this permanent, we have to take it down in the winter, and it's a 40% shade, so it's not, just to give them some relief from bolting. And we're going to move it next year. I forgot to show you my cauliflower. So you do cover them so they don't get exposed to the sun, so they don't get ruined. I only did 2 this year, and they're actually doing really well. So next year we'll do more, as well as more broccoli. So there you go. That is my lovely update. So hope you all enjoy. It's just another part of my life here, and in this big world, you guys. This week, sometimes I watch true crime and I just feel like the world is so lost, and I need to come down here and sit, because I feel like if I don't, I just might, all the evil in the world will just overtake me, and I just can't do it. So I just come down here and sit. But I hope you find something that brings you joy and helps take away like things that the world is just can overwhelm us with. So I'm going to go pick some kale and lettuce for the chickens, and I'm going to go make some lunch. I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. Bye.